8:38 is now the time where when we talk about the spirit at Atlanta United games, we're usually talking about the loyal fans.
But a new kind of spirit is about to help celebrate our hometown soccer team now that Atlanta's Old Fourth Distillery has announced a partnership with Atlanta United. Good day, Atlanta's Paul Milliken is live at the distillery this morning, getting a first look at something pretty darn special. Paul, good morning.
Yes. Here it is. Good morning to you guys. I'm telling you, if every sport involved gin, I would be a sports reporter. I've never loved soccer more than I love it this morning, thanks to Old Fourth Distillery. We're excited about this partnership, and there is the limited edition bottle. I know many of you watching right now love Atlanta United, so get it while you can, because limited edition are the key words there. And if you've never been to Old Fourth Distillery, by the way, whether or not you're a drinker, this place is really cool. Just a fascinating process to get the product into these bottles, and the man behind it all is Craig Moore. Great to see you. How are you?
Hey, doing really well. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, congrats on the partnership with Atlanta United. How did this happen?
Well, actually, it started out as a nonprofit thing. We were think tanking, and at the end of the conversation with the Arthur Blank Foundation, they said, hey, would you be interested in talking to Arthur Blank Sports? And we were like, yeah, we would like to do that. And so we started to talk to them about their partner pub program, which is fairly simple. And then again, at the end of that conversation, they said, would you like to do a co-branded bottle? And I was like, yeah, I'd like to do that. And here we are 90 days later with a product on the market, which is pretty exceptional that we were able to pull all of that together, get it in stores in time for the All-Star break and all of those things. So it's been quite a whirlwind, but we're really excited.
Yeah, why do you think that Old Fourth Distillery is such a good match with Atlanta United? You
know, I think the fan base is obviously extremely excited about Atlanta United. And I think it's interesting too, because we're the first distillery in Atlanta since 1906. It took a little bit of a risk for us to bring that to the city. And I think that to bring Atlanta its first Major League Soccer team was also a bit of a risk in a town that some people thought wasn't a sports town, which I think this team has really proven that to be wrong. So the fan base really aligns well with our brand, and the excitement level around a new distillery, a new Major League Soccer team is pretty fantastic.
Well, we know already that fans have so much spirit and they are so loud and raucous at the games. I have a feeling it's going to be even more so now that they can get some of this gin. So where can people get the gin?
So we're available in most package stores, Greens and Towers and Max and Ansley, just a lot of the package stores that have been supporting us from the very beginning. And we're starting to see some excitement from around Metro Atlanta. So if you call up your favorite package store and say, hey, do you have the Atlanta United gin? If they don't, tell them to grab it. But you can get it here at the distillery as well. And we are open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 5 p.m. to midnight, Saturday 2 p.m. to midnight. So you can get it here, or you can call your local package store.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that too, because I think this is really a neat place to come for a tour. Like I said, whether or not you drink vodka or gin, just to see the process and to learn about the history, because this city has such a history with distilleries, right?
Yeah, it's actually fascinating. So Atlanta and Georgia really was one of the whiskey manufacturing capitals of the South prior to Prohibition. So during the temperance movement, a lot of those distilleries were shut down. So the last distillery to close its doors was in 1906. That was the R.M. Rose Company. So when we opened in 2014, it had been 108 years since there was a legal distillery in the city.
That is so crazy. But I love that you're here now and that people have responded in the way that they have. Really quickly, again, you can come in, you can do your tours, you can get the new bottle. Any new products coming out that we should know about, though?
We are pretty excited. We have the first 4-year bourbon aged in Georgia coming out in January of next year. So about 5-6 months away from a 4-year bourbon being released in Georgia.
I love it. Oh, and there's one cool connection too. You guys got to hear this. So tell me, the juniper berries that you use for the Southern Dry Gin, which you'll get in the Atlanta United bottle, where do those come from?
From the Oakland Cemetery.
So you are taking spirit literally in every possible way you can.
Exactly. And R.M. Rose, the last distiller, is buried over there.
No way. I love it. All the connections here. It just makes you feel even better about drinking some of that Southern Dry Gin. Sir, thank you very much. Great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
So guys, next hour, hour, we're taking you back there. As you can see, there's a whole lot of gleaming machinery that makes this happen, and we're going to talk more about that process. I might stick my head under a vat and try something straight out of the vat. You never know what's going to happen, so we'll be back next hour. And if you guys are really nice to me, maybe I'll snag you a bottle, but they're hard to get, folks. Hard to get.
Oh, come on. I'm your best friend.
That is a very cool looking bottle, too, though.
It is.
All right, Paul, thank you. Old Fourth Distillery is located at 487 Edgewood Avenue Southeast in Atlanta. It's open for tours on Thursdays and Fridays from 5 to midnight and Saturdays from 2 to midnight.
Way to wake up the spirits. And coming